If you're going through a divorce in California and your name isn't on the deed to your home, you might assume that means the house belongs to your spouse. That assumption could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hi, I'm Paula Aragone with Aragone & Associates. We've helped hundreds of families across Orange County, from Newport Beach to Yorba Linda and Huntington Beach, navigate complex real estate transactions, including divorce, downsizing, buying and selling at the same time, and more. Strategy is what we do. Here's what California law actually says. California is a community property state. That means any asset acquired during the marriage, including real estate, is presumed to belong equally to both spouses, regardless of whose name is on the title. The deed tells you who signed the paperwork. It does not determine who owns the equity in a California divorce. So if you and your spouse purchase a home together during your marriage using income earned during the marriage, that home is almost certainly community property. Both of you own it equally. The fact that only one name is on the deed could largely be irrelevant. Now, it gets more nuanced, and this is where a lot of people's situations live. What if the house was purchased before the marriage? If your spouse owned the home before you're married, it started as separate property. But if marital funds, meaning money earned during the marriage, were used to pay mortgage, make improvements to the property, or maintain the property, a portion of that equity may have become community property over time. That is called commingling, when separate property and community property funds get mixed. And once they're mixed, the ownership picture becomes significantly more complex. What if the house was a gift or an inheritance? Property received as a gift or through an inheritance is typically considered separate property, belonging only to the spouse who received it. But again, if community funds were used to improve or pay down the property during the marriage, the other spouse may have a claim to a portion of that equity that was built. What if only one spouse's name is on the deed, but the home was purchased during the marriage? This is one of the most common situations we see in Orange County divorce real estate. A home bought during the marriage with income earned during the marriage is community property, even if only one spouse's name appears on the deed. The spouse not on the deed still has a legal claim to their share of the equity. Title ownership can be and is regularly contested in California divorce proceedings. So, what does this all mean if you're navigating a divorce right now? It means don't make assumptions based on whose name appears on a piece of paper. It means the date the home was purchased, how it was purchased, whose money paid for it, and how it's been maintained during the marriage. All of these factors matter and can change the outcome significantly. It means both spouses have rights until a court or a settlement agreement says otherwise. California law does not automatically grant either spouse the right to remain in the house, and it does not automatically assign ownership based on who's on the title. And it means that the real estate component of a divorce, particularly in a market like Orange County where home values can be $1 million to $4 million or more, deserves the same careful attention as the legal component. A neutral real estate specialist who understands both the market and the complexity of a divorce transaction can help ensure that equity in your home is protected and that the decisions made about it are based on accurate information, not assumptions. If you have questions about a home in the middle of a divorce in Orange County, we work with both parties and attorneys, and we're here to help make this part of the process as clear as possible. At Aragone & Associates, we maximize your value and minimize your stress because strategy is what we do. especially in complex situations where the financial stakes are highest. We're here when you're ready. Share this with anyone who's navigating divorce in California, especially if there's confusion about who owns the home. This information protects people. See you next week.